Today we're going to be looking at the visually wonderfully and captivating clothes of Clueless and figure out what makes it so captivating and visually engaging, and we're going to figure out why the style of Clueless is still so iconic to this day. So don't worry, looking a little bit to the right, I have a whole bunch of information written out from here that I'm just going to be reading out and just following along with the rest of the video. So don't mind me, okay?
We are the Goon Squad and we're coming to town. Beep beep. Beep beep.
So the costume designer for Clueless was Mona May, and she mentions in an interview with the AV Club that she wanted to bring high fashion in with the everyday style. She wanted to mix haute couture with everyday fashion. She wanted to create clothes that everyday teens could wear, but still had that sense of haute couture and high class to it. One of the key elements that makes up the great style that is Cher Horowitz and Dion is their use of plaid. This key piece, clearly seen as a staple as part of the Clueless, is what creates the overall image of the film. Now dressed in for Halloween and costume parties, Mona May was able to take an Oxford-style material and turn it into a textile piece for the use of that decade, spanning out even into till today. Smart of May was to tackle the current trends of the 90s, mingling the style seen in Delia catalogs at the time and 17 magazines with the high fashions of Chanel, Prada, Moschino, and possibly even Versace. You can really see the inspiration influence from Chanel's 1994 spring collection, with the use of tweed and a matching set with a cropped blazer and a mini dress. This is typically known for the style of Chanel, but Mona May using plaid in this instance brought high fashion to the youths and wonderfully displayed that with the iconic two-plaid piece. Another key factor that is the use of colour, this use of warmer tones and bright colours, although we can see that two characters in the film challenge this colour scheme. This includes Ty and Amber. So Ty represents the alternative look of the decade, the more grungier side of the 90s, and the use of muted and deeper tones also introduces her visually as the newcomer of the story. Whilst Amber playing with the villain in the film, she encapsulates the style of Cher and Dion, but instead of the bright colours, she seems to have a consistent theme of red and black, throwing in the occasional pink and blue. It's the adoption of current trends at the time, mixing both the high fashion with streetwear is what really made this film so iconic. There was a style or item that anyone could relate to or want. It was visually engaging and keeping consistencies with every aspect of the girls' days, and even though there were similarities, each individual style and personality was still portrayed. So I hope you guys found some sort of insight into the film Clueless or gained some sort of new understanding of the film and why it's such an iconic film in terms of clothing and character clothing. I know that many people out there dressed at it for costume parties. They may have taken pieces from the film to wear every day or just like the overall fashion or pieces in the movie. I really hope you gained some insight and possible reasonings to how the outfits of the movie came to be and why it's so iconic.